What you doing, Willis? Oh, I'm making another video. I have no audio, so we'll close out and try again. Oh, now we got the audio. All right. So, see the sign? Maybe it's better if I turn this light off. See the sign? That's going to go up at the mailbox. Fine up to 1 million and 30 years in prison per occurrence. All caps name is fictitious name. EO 13818, human trafficking. All caps name is fictitious name and mail fraud. When you put it in the box, the sign's going up at the post box. 18 USC 1341 and 1342. Now, you folks can do the same thing. Same kind of things. You don't have to just cower in fear. You put the fear of God into these people that just want paychecks. I could be wrong about what I'm going to say. I've been wrong about things before. Hell, I spent most of my life being a slave because I was so damn wrong. I gotta believe that the man, male or female, that's putting this human trafficking instruments into my post box, or the post box that's associated to an address and a zip code that are related to the geographic location of this property. Some of you, that went like right over your head. What the hell is he talking about? Well, there's no address on the building that I live in. There's no numbers on this building. There's no door knocker. There's no doorbell. There's signs that say no trespassing. The postal box, the mailbox, for me, is on the opposite side of the road. So everybody that has property that has road frontage provides an easement. Here in Michigan, pretty much everywhere, as far as I know, it's 66 feet. So 33 feet of your property is easement. And the property has a land description. It has geographical coordinates, GPS. So there's no need for an address. Certainly no need for a militarized address. And that's what you have with that zip code. To the best of my ability to discern what the devil's going on. And what the devil's going on is this all caps name here. That all caps name is a fraud upon you. It's used nefariously for human trafficking. You have Executive Order 13818, which deals with all human trafficking and corruption for involvement, direct or indirect. Indirect involvement. Trying to educate these employees at the post office here in Kalkaska. Well, I'm not doing it. Well, it's not me. Executive Order 13818. Read it. Direct or indirect is enough to get somebody in real deep, in some really hot water. So, going to the top isn't getting us anywhere, because they're at the top because in far too many cases they're there to be the gatekeeper, to keep the good out and keep the evil in, so that they can keep human trafficking you with this all caps name. Look at your driver's license. All caps name. Look at your passport. What do they do when they send you a summons for jury duty? All caps name. Except here in Kalkaska, old Judge Lynn M. Boudet stepped outside of her everyday job of human trafficking and decided to human traffic using the lowercase name, the name of the soul. What we call a name, what we're called. And it was done in blue ink and handwritten. Well, Judge Boudet's in some serious, deep, hot water. She showed contempt of court. Yep. The dishonorable administrative judge showed contempt of court for the high court, the lawful court. As did Sheriff Fat Fuckford and Poopy Pants Popot, Kalkaska Village Police Chief and Village Manager, as well as a county prosecutor, court clerk. Who else? Who else was in that? I'm sure there was more. Oh, under sheriff. None of them showed up for their court date. And court still doesn't have a jury. Not a jury for one of my cases. Not one of my cases yet. And we got another case coming up here on Monday, 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Birch Street Dental. Doctors. All these dentists want to call themselves doctors. Doctor, dentist, man, whatever. It's they're called. 10:15 a.m. Monday, the 20th. And you're all invited. This is your court, people. This is the people's court, where the public is encouraged to attend. Cameras are encouraged to be used. And your Second Amendment right will never be infringed in your court, the superior court. Superior. Think about the word. Some of you might say, "Hey, I got a superior court in my locale." You might have a building that says superior court, but I'm willing to bet that inside you got a demonic fuck with a black robe and a flag that's been bastardized with gold fringe tassel that represents no nation and no constitution. It's just an administrative process for enslaving the living man with the demonic, all caps, fiction, dead entity. So I want people talking. That's why I'm putting these signs up. There's not a lot of traffic on this road, but there is traffic. I don't have a lot of neighbors, but I got neighbors. And that postal employee is either driving by that box or putting shit in that box on a daily basis. This is serious shit. Serious shit. Executive Order 13818. That might lead to a hanging. 18 USC 1341 and 1342. That could be $1 million per occurrence and 30 years in prison per occurrence. Current laws on the books. Under martial law. People stand up. Your forefathers didn't win the freedom that they had because they sat around with their fucking prophetic finger up their prophetic ass. I don't think I had to tell one of them when to shoot a cop. If you don't know when to shoot a cop, there's a great YouTube video put out by Cop Block. It's been standing on YouTube for 10 years plus. You can find a link for it in the description of this video. You can find a lot of good links in the description of this video. This all caps name is not me. It's not me. I'm not dead. I'm not a slave. In your court is right out here at the end of the property at Cool Road, 1689 Cool Road, Southeast Kalkaska. And you can have your court anywhere you want. I happen to have the land. I happen to have the knowledge. I combine the knowledge and the land. Boom, you got a court. Well, I can't do anything about your masculinity or lack of it. I can't do anything about your courageousness or your lack of it. You want to hold these parasites to account, or you want somebody else to hold these parasites to account for you? They need to be held to account. I'm suggesting that we band together, that we end the division amongst ourselves, the good people, the enslaved people, the dumbed down people, the indoctrinated people, the toxified people, the lied to people. I'm suggesting that we band together and rise up, because it's really difficult to do alone. And there's strength in numbers. All right, everybody. That's what I got to say. Got nobody in the comments, so no comments to answer to. I'm going to sign off. I love you. I'm fighting for you. Why don't you get up and fight for yourself and fight for your brothers and your sisters? Fight for the children, for God's sakes. All these children, they need men fighting for them. They need good men fighting for them. Own your authority.